Let's see if this works. Yada yada yada. Let's see if this works. Let's see. Dashboard. Edit. Hey, shoot. Alright, let's start editing and see how it goes. Let's see. I want to go viewing now. Do you mind commenting to see who's joining? So like, I'm just gonna try editing some stuff. Because why not? And I'm trying to see if some of these actually work. So like, I'm just trying to experiment what I can do. I think first of all, I want to see if I can crop it in a bit and make sure that it looks somewhat nice. So I think like this isn't too bad. Just try to see what we can. Yeah. And just make some arrangements to see that everything's okay. Yeah. Let's try to see what I want to do. Thinking like how compressed it can be. But I think I should have done this with a different camera. But like, it's always nice to try an experiment anyway. Like, Normally you see there are like presets here that people like to use. You can always just use it, just have a look at it for fun, but normally it's nice just to edit from scratch. Let's see, something like this. Thinking if we need anything else. Of course, you can see, saw the pic here. There, like saw the noise because it's got to be a lot of details here. And let me see if I should calibrate some of the colors a bit. Because I just want it to be a bit colorful, but not too colorful, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it's also a bit distorted, so we'll see what we can do for that. Yeah, let's zoom in a bit also. Because I think we have a bit of focus on this laundry hanging. Then let's see what we can make out of it. Yeah, a bit. Yeah, that's kind of nice. And then Jerry don't dehaze stuff. Or like, I try not to bring everything out too much. I think this looks okay for now. Like, oops. Try to bring out some colors to it, maybe. I think you can bring this out just to make it pop a bit. And the rest is just bring down some. And then see it up. To see someone's laundry. Some of the stuff, you know, the usual where people just sit around. And I think we can probably do something about this side later. But so far, let's just see what we can work with. And like see what we can change. I think we can bring a bit more. Like you see, it kind of changes a lot. But that's kind of about editing. You want to have full control of every single part. So like, because even if you want to go to all the specific details of even this area, you can really see where you're controlling. And you can really have full control of what you want to do. So yeah. We're like playing with this kind of curve thing is balance is really super key. If not, a lot of things go off control. And you might not want things to be that way. So a lot of things do change. And we just try our best to make it all okay. Like how certain things here. Yeah. I think we can I don't know, if you guys like this, just let me know. Give me a second, sorry guys. Oops. I think some others we could try. I think this is a pretty interesting one. Like what I've been seeing when people are doing is they like to do this very high contrast thing. So like I'm gonna bring up a bit more temperature, give it character. Then we're gonna try to do some storytelling with it. So we're gonna reach this to the max where it's near peak. We can kind of see all that. And then we're gonna bring some of the contrast a bit lower. Because what I noticed is you can kind of do this one pretty clearly. Like you want to tell a bit of a story to it. So what I'm gonna do is keep it a bit symmetrical. Give it some form of composition. Like you can see how this thing kind of forms just nice. And like it makes it easy for you guys to see. But I think let's do something a bit more towards here. Yeah. Then I'm gonna do some calibration to what we have. Now I want to try and make this red pop a bit, like you could see. This guy has this kind of bluish stuff. We can like try and make him pop a bit more as much as we can, so that we you know, give him some color and distinction. Oh, so if you guys are like seeing this edit, this is like the initial phase. So what we can probably try to do is later refine what we want to have. But the thing is, the main idea is kind of there. We have this guy going into the shadows, and it's like, not too bad. And I think what we should do is try to bring more depth to where he is. So like, especially in this area, we think we can have a bit less contrast here. But once we set the tone here, like you can see it's kind of like how you can do some of the adjustment tools. So we really want to have this very refined distinction of where he is. So like, what we can do is kind of have a send for this guy. So like, I mean, we can kind of expose him a bit more because he is the subject. But yeah, something like that. We can have him be a bit more on his own. His own kind of thing. So yeah, we have something like here to give it this very dramatic color tones. So I think with this, we could try and maybe give it a bit more blue to his tone. Because what I noticed is he has, like, we have to have some distinction with what he's up to. So yeah, these kind of bluish tones to what he's doing. Yeah, I think this seems okay. It's a good start to what we're doing. And it's for sure something we can definitely explore and look into, because this for sure one of those kind of things where you want to make sure it tells the story well. Yeah, and it can't be too jarring on the eyes. Like, of course, this seems okay, but I think if you guys actually notice, this can actually be really nice black and white composition as well. So with how he's the brightest and the darkest really works. Like, I guess you can't really tell about him as much. Like, you can definitely see there's someone here, but I guess that's, I don't know, what do you guys think? I kind of like the colors more, but we can refine it more and like have a bit more story to tell with it. I don't think discarding the black and white is something normal. And I'm pretty sure that this as a narrative is pretty good. Like we just gotta refine what we wanna do. And yeah. Like you can clearly see this guy. But that's kinda how it is. And it's doing quite okay. Pretty happy with where we're at. If you guys have like watched the live stream, thank you guys so much for it, and I really hope you guys can tune in and do let me know. I can tell that like there are no viewers now, but I guess we can always remain hopeful that things can always be there, and we can always like have new things. So this is another photo I kind of took, and what I was taught last time is it's fine to take a bit from far, and you can always crop it in. But what I think we should really know is we really want to tell a certain story and narrative. And of course, different composition methods by how the eyes look is something that we really want to give justice to. So we have something like this. And I thought it was pretty interesting as a composition because you can kind of see how his figure is like, you have to give context to where he is, but you can tell how his direction flows and how the sign is to where he is. Yeah, like, oh no, this one gone. And yeah, trying to try different things. Like you can actually zoom in quite a lot. But I always thought that this is too far. I think it's not the best. But I do like to capture very little minute things that happens around. Yeah. Like you shouldn't be too afraid to take pics of that. And I think it's not too bad. So like especially going through with this, we can always try to see if we can edit it somewhere. I can always just try to like give it this like the same narrative, but of course we don't want that. We kind of want something else. We kind of want something a bit different. And I think each story has a story to tell, so that's why we try to edit things to its own setting, to its own mood. So I hope like we can try to see what we can do with it. So let's see what else we can do. I'm gonna try and give it an export first for these two, because I think these two kind of oops. I think this tree is kind of a good setting already. Right, so we've kind of done this. I think I should look back into this one more. One of the things. How it works. Oh no, it's not responding. We killed Lightroom already. Nah, Let's see if I can. Yeah, let's just restart Lightroom a bit. Let's get ready to edit again. Refresh our minds. Lightroom kind of does that to me sometimes, especially when I do all the crazy stuff. Because when I use my logo as a watermark, it gets pretty crazy. So that's kind of normal. I guess normal. We have some more definition details. I don't know. I'm not really convinced of this one yet. Like, there's so much more we can do. I'm just not talking about the base colors itself. I think we can try something else like some refining, especially on this, because that's what you see the most, and I think that has to tell the story. But of course, with that being said, a bit of highlights here and there is not too bad. Definitely gonna wanna give a bit more warmth to this. Like, So yeah, let's see. I know this is like the most boring photos to most people, but I don't know. I guess I kind of enjoy looking at like clothes because you won't see this in a lot of different places. And for sure, like you can definitely, I mean, to us, we kind of like see it every day, but like, I don't know. It's kind of like nice you have like home, especially now when everyone's like in quarantine, stuck at home. Like you are at home, but you're not at home. If you get what I mean by that. Like, even this can even tell a story. Who knows? We could have this, and that people would not care too much about it because everybody will just be like looking at that label. But this is a cool concept we can actually try and explore. Huh. I did not see that. That's a pretty interesting way to do it. Let's see if I can just change everything to focus a bit differently. No, that's too much. So this focusing is not too bad. Yeah, we just gotta actually make it a bit more refined to it. Yeah. So like just be a bit more picky with it because I see some of it trimming out. Yeah, something like that works. And then while we do that, we're gonna try and fix this one. So like I said, like new stories do come out. And nothing wrong with that because we like to keep our lives interesting, to do a lot of very, very funny things in our life. I think it's nice. So like this was like kind of a concept I've been trying to pull. Like I had this few that I've been trying. So if like you guys want to have a look, it goes kind of like these few like And definitely this is something when we edit, it definitely looks nice, but we for sure need some other help with it. So yeah, I'll definitely be posting a few of these, but like it's just a concept that I want to really be very happy with, especially this. Pretty sure all the this love this. And it's like it's kind of their home, so yeah. But we go through like all these very simple, basic stuffs in life. Like hey, definitely love it. I'm just gonna export these few first so that I remember in case. Like you guys can see my stuff. Oh. This one definitely tells something of a story. Like especially when I want this guy to. But of course, that being said, there should be some highlight to this because I think this also plays a part in what he's doing, and I don't want to discount how it kind of works around it. So like here, we can do this very nice warm tone because this is like 3 o'clock. The sun's definitely blazing, like no doubt about it. When the sun's blazing, we definitely know this is the kind of thing we want to see. So like we have such nice contrast like these in it. So yeah. See him? Like if you can see this right thing is because what I miss is there's this highlight part where it's like so blown out. But you know, when you take photos, there's no rule to follow actually. It just has to, I mean the story sells. Not everything had to be perfect, and that's something we guys just gotta have to accept. So like I like this kind of lifted up highlights. And we can definitely make it a bit warmer. Like see here is a bit, then we can have more yellow if you want. And you can like flip it around. But that's just all the crazy stuff you do. You notice you're trying to balance a lot of things. Like here you can see all the purples and then all the greens. But like we can reduce a bit of the purple because we can have it a bit more purple because here's already kind of green. Or we can bring it a bit closer to this kind of element we like. And like I said, we don't want it to be too crazy because obviously we know what's up with that. And what we can do over here is just bring some highlights down. So we can have this nice contrast. What I'm trying to do is keep it like this. Then we have this spot here that we want to really showcase in the context of how we're picking at it. So yeah. So we have something from here to something like something like this. I don't think this part. You just darken it so you can tell this thing out. But again, like especially this is the engine right here. This tells something. And we definitely want to show this in context because we have to know, we have to figure what story it tells in what movement he is. And it's always just these small little details that we always find that makes it very nice. Alright, I'm gonna do this masking. And with the mask, as you can see, I'm just gonna crease it like that. Obviously that's too bright, but you know, something like this does work. And especially even for maybe even for him. Let's say we want him to be extra bright. We can actually just give it to him like this. We didn't even need to do all this calibration. Like the colors tell the story alone. The story has sold, and yeah, we don't need any of this actually. At most we can just tilt this down. It is like a bit more. I want to keep that crease away. So it is very nice muted. How keep it going here. It kind of suits the same tone that we do. Right. Let's see. And even for this, let's make it extra crazy. And then like, try to isolate this one a bit more. Like, especially in terms of how I want his to a bit more. Now I think the highlights you can bring it up a bit. And yeah, this is kind of nice. I think we kind of got our story. So like, this very crazy, hardworking guy in the sun. You know, if I actually like, if I actually had it too far, you can tell it's not. And when we have it here, it looks nice alone. But when we bring him in, there's definitely a bit more story to tell. So definitely try to keep something like that. Give it a bit more emphasis to the scene. And like probably I think another thing is to darken this area a bit more. So yeah, that's about it. Seems kind of nice. So yeah, so here kind of have what we want. Kind of have that. So yeah, looks good. We had this very wide shot where we can see him in context. Nothing wrong with that. To something where we go a bit deeper, tell a bit of story, you know, have some fun with that. So yeah. Let me export this. And let me go and show you the next one. So yeah, if you guys are having no, if you guys are just watching, thanks so much. So yeah, hope all good. Yeah. Sorry about the typing. Yeah, so I was just doing some type. I was just telling someone like how the shots we do. I mean, it's hard to get an ordinary out of a lot of things. So we try to like just be grateful what we can do. So something I like to try now is find this engine of what do you call it? Exposure. Like actually, this kind of looks quite nice. I'll be honest. Like you wouldn't like this looks pretty good. Cause like you keep getting new ideas to do different things. I would think that we can probably zoom this in a bit more. And you can see the guy there. But yeah, quite cool. Sometimes when you try new edits, it always looks nice to go back to it. Because who knows how you're gonna edit different ways every time. Like imagine if I told you this and this, like it would look so different. And even if I like bring everything up again, like it just doesn't feel the same because the moods definitely change, and you know, nothing wrong with having this guy isolated here. Like we clearly want him to be seen. So that's one thing. But the hard part is I guess trying to make sure everywhere else is in a way more especially this, we try to make sure we get more of him out so that we can really isolate him and really get him to pop. Like sounds dumb, like we know he's like a worker in the middle of nowhere. But like he's not. He is someone that we are telling a story of work and we are showing it how he, of all people, are as well Oops. Also. Also part of something. Yeah, as long as we can get his jacket to really pop and don't miss out. But and this is probably the hard part of it. Like dealing with all this. But yeah, if it's nice, you will definitely do it if you think it's nice. So I don't see any big issue with that. But yeah, there you go. We got this. We can do another run off. Actually, this one we don't even need to auto mask it. We just grab it a bit. Yeah. What do we have here? Oh, I don't think this count is actually really good. I don't want to say it is, but like, you know, it's kind of rigid. It's kind of like, I'm pretty sure we can. Yeah, this actually works really well. I know I kind of want to frame it like that, but probably something different. Or, I mean, you can really go big again, but would you? I guess. Would you want to? Especially like when you're already got such like cool. I'm pretty sure there's a way to frame it. Who knows? Wait, we've been going on for 45 minutes. I think I'll probably cut this at like what do you call it? I think I'll probably cut this at like in an hour when it hits the hour. Something. Yeah. Sharpen it. Like I guess there has to be that balance of trying to find between how big he should be and how like we can clearly see his frame kind of well. At least when I thought I shot him, he kind of did. We just need to find some way to the balance of him in the context. Cause when you're taking street, something that people think of is, and what I heard is, what? People think like shooting primes are way, and obviously prime lenses are nice. I shot this at f 1. in a prime lens. But what's good is like you have to see how your character or your subject plays a part in where he's at. Because street really tells stories. And the biggest example is like if you take a picture of like something blurry or like something super sharp in focus, but everything else is blurry, yeah, you get a good subject. It's really nice. But that's more like of a portrait if you want to take someone. And people do that really well, and they put it in a way that even the environment around you supports it. But the thing is, you still have an environment or like a certain color palette. So with that being said, he still has to have a certain form of he still needs to have a certain form of context to where he's at, because we all know he still has to be somewhere, and that sometimes when you take street, you gotta give that context. So like maybe if I can really focus on him, maybe I should really go up close, or like example, maybe like this guy. I did shot at f1.8. Like when I shot him, it's at f1.8. Like yeah, everything else is blur, but just nice that we have a certain environment to him. So like if I'm really shooting certain things, like I guess that's what I try to show on Prime is a bit different. But I guess something like this, you see something that's like I got f4. Like you really want to see everything, and you need to have the context of what you're looking at, because that's what's nice. So that's how you kind of like put your subject into place. Yeah, I'm pretty into this dark and moody theme right now. Pretty weird, but it's kind of a interesting concept to explore. Like if I really want to keep the colors, I think this is okay. You can try our best to keep as many colors as you want in here, like, and then what we do is we just really blow him a bit out. So it's supposed to be weird when you tell your story. I'm supposed to tell you guys what's the thing I want you guys to see. So obviously, I don't want you to not see this guy, because that was the point. I want you to see him clearly. I want you to make sure he is the main guy I have that I can give my narrative to. And because of that, I'm gonna have some form of like, it's not really light management because I try to boost the natural lighting of things. But like, you guys know what I mean. Like, you don't want like, I'm pretty sure some of you guys are thinking like, if you edit your photos, is it bad? Like, I guess not. We still post process some things. Like, you just want the image to look clean in your own way. And I definitely have some photos that I think they are like naturally good. Like, I think this is pretty good. Like, you can't do anything through the glass. Even this is pretty cute. You don't want to do much. Or like honestly, when we took this looks pretty nice too. But do you want it to? You want something else to tell the story, right? So you just make it pop a bit more. Like I'm pretty sure when I went to the zoo the other week, these few are honestly really good. Like who knew? Like who knew having such pics like this are actually really nice. But do you? Like, honestly, this is pretty good too. Lighting's kind of whack, but it's not too bad. You could have like a pretty cool narrative. You could really do some funny things. Yeah. So yeah, it is. I think this one tells pretty nice stories. And then we have like stuff like this again. If I want to try, I don't know. Sometimes I kind of feeling the mood. I just want to see where this goes. Like, oh, this goes kind of like, ooh, very weird. Like very weird. I don't know. Like, yeah, you can see the colors a bit wet. So like, let's do something about that. Like, let's do some. Let's do this split toning. So split toning is like we take the highlights of it and we kind of see where how everything goes. So I kind of want it to be this very warm tone. Like you have to balance it. You can't be too greedy as well. And then this one, like, I want to bring a bit more. I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna see like the colors are being a bit off, but it's it's the theme, you know. You guys want some blue? Yeah, we honestly got some blues here. Like you can see, this is actually like what's reflected off of a. This is actually what was like reflected off of a. I think what was the pose. So like, I actually didn't do much to it. It really did reflect off on its own. So that's kind of something that we could try. You know, it's a very nice concept to explore. So yeah, like anything happens, and I'm pretty sure like, you guys would know too. Life finds a way. Kind of is. Like, even there's some reflection here. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Context of what we want to keep. So obviously you guys are gonna see this. There's gonna be some crazy here. Hey, oops. Man, we just want to balance everything out. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I think that's about it. We got our original. Actually, I think we should. Not lonely. I just like the warm tones. Like cool is a like having blue is a very nice tone as well. Don't get me wrong, but I'm taking this at like 3 p.m. Like nobody thinks blue is normal at 3 p.m. So yeah, you just gotta have to balance what other colors you wanna have. And things will be alright. It's pretty okay with this. Maybe just calibrate this a bit more. Mm. Just bury this. starts to. What is going on? Yeah, I kind of like this. We're down for that. Yeah, we good. So yeah, that kind of has been me editing for an hour. I guess it's just fun to edit generally. Like you can't be mad at editing at all. We all know we do it. We love it. And yeah, we just have some fun doing what we love. And for those who kind of stop by here and there, thanks so much. And for those who did just stop, who did stay for a bit, I really thank you guys. So yeah, thanks so much. I don't think about me wanting to do it again. So do let me know. And yeah, thanks so much, guys. See you.